thought that was a very unique pick.
Welcome back, everybody. It is the Picks Podcast,
Whoa!
as opposed to the Picks Podcast. Happy Tuesday. Happy Veterans Day. Thank you to all of those who serve and protect our country.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. We are so grateful for your service. Kyle, my shirt. Where'd you get that?
I got at MetLife Stadium on Sunday. Rest in peace, Nick Mangold.
That was a very nice tribute. I gotta get my shirt. Where was my shirt in my bag? Do you remember?
I have no idea.
I hope I stuck it in somewhere because I know I walked out. With it, so hopefully I didn't leave it in Big Country Star. For those of you who don't know, Kyle and I were at JetLife Stadium, as it was on Sunday, watching the Jets get their second win of the season, second straight win, by the way, for the New York Jets. We'll get into that.
Yeah, 2 straight
hot team, man, hot team. We'll get into that in a little bit. We've got some discussion on a man called Brian Daboll, which we'll get into. He was canned.
Brian Daboll.
Brian Daboll, as my dad would say. King of mispronouncing NFL players, by the way, my father. Love you, Dad. And much, much more in this week 10. But first, as you know, we're going to get started with this week in football. I'm going to get the sad stuff out of the way first. I mean, this was just terrible. This Marshawn Nealon situation. Passed away on Thursday morning at the age of 24.
Yeah.
Second round pick in 2024 out of Western Michigan. He played in 18 games, made 4 starts. Just recovered a touchdown last Monday on a blocked punt. So prayers are with his family and the Dallas Cowboys, who I've heard have a lot of tributes planned for him when they return from bye in Week 11. So rest in peace, Marshawn Nealon. Also rest in peace, Paul Tagliabue, the former NFL commissioner, who passed away on Sunday. He was the commissioner between 1989 and 2006. So he was the commissioner before Roger. So rest in peace with the Tagliabue family. Now let's get into the more interesting stuff here. I guess I'll mention really quick one other thing. Antonio Brown found his way back into the headlines as he was extradited from the United Arab Emirates and arrested on attempted murder for the Miami boxing incident, where he tried to kill somebody by grabbing a gun from a security guard and shooting a dude. So...
I know we respect women on this podcast. He's a notorious non-women respecter, but we're also a people respecter. So we're anti-murder.
Anti-murder.
So we're not fans.
Yeah, anti-murder.
Pro-women.
Pro-women. I mean, in this case, I guess it's just pro-people, right? Because I think
pro-people.
The guy was
not
a dude.
Bad people.
No, pro-good people, pro-women, anti-murder.
Anti-murder.
Yes.
Anti-bad people.
Anti-bad people.
Antonio Brown, bad guy.
Who?
Sucks because he was a good football
AB,
player. Bad guy.
Yeah,
AB,
no.
bad guy.
Yeah.
Great football player.
Good football player, bad guy, for sure.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Brian Daboll, who was fired on Monday following a 2-8 start to the season. Finished with a 20-40-1 overall record as the New York Giants head coach. One playoff appearance. Where is it?
One Coach of the Year award.
Right over there. I still don't think he should have won Coach of the Year that year. I still don't think so. I think that's complete BS. I said it that year. I thought it was BS that he won.
Do you believe in the Coach of the Year curse?
Well, not really, because
these Coach of the Years are getting fired.
Belichick won it a bunch of times. I mean, Vrabel won it, and look at the Patriots now. Or look at the Patriots.
Yeah, but he was fired though. He won it for the
Titans.
But
he won it out of that. So I don't know.
Kevin Stefanski, hot seat. He had won the award.
Stefanski. Yeah, but that's not really his fault. The Browns just kind of stink. I think it's more on Andrew Berry, the GM, if anything. But yeah, Brian Daboll out. I don't even know do you know who they replaced him with? Giants interim.
Who was their offensive coordinator?
It's Mike Kafka. Former Eagle.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Let me fact check myself on that so I don't look like a fool right now. I'm like
Mike Kafka, yes.
I'm like 99% sure. Yeah, he did play. So I was gonna say I'm like
Mike-
99% sure.
Uh,
Yeah, so Mike Kafka will be
Joe Shane to remain as GM.
which is just crazy that they fired Daboll, but not Joe Shane. Like absolutely crazy.
I don't know. I kind of agree with the firing of Daboll. I think he should have been fired. Like I think personally he should have been fired. And now thinking about it more, how he treated Jackson Dart in this game, that in the game against the Eagles, granted they won that game, but like how he just kind of like tried getting him back out there instead of Russell. He wasn't teaching. He was playing with reckless abandonment, Mr. Jackson Dart, and Jackson Dart did get a concussion in this game.
Yeah. That was a big thing. I mean, the big thing for me is like you can be like, and he's been very good with Dart, like just progressing him. I don't know if it's more on Daboll because Daboll came in, he was like, "Oh, I'm the quarterback whisperer." I feel like I've heard that about every head coach that's ever gotten hired, but
I think he was running him into the ground.
Yeah.
Like I think that's he was like, "Oh, Jackson Dart saved my job." He had no care for developing him and getting him to play like better, protect himself. He was just trying. I wanted to win, and that like based on how many injuries the Giants had, Jackson Dart had to do that to win. Which when you're in a position the Giants are in with a young quarterback, you shouldn't be doing that. Like I get
absolutely.
if you have like Mahomes or Josh Allen and you're in the thick of the playoff race or you're in the playoffs, then let your quarterback do whatever it takes to win. But when you're 2-7, like they were going into this game with no help at all, you got it. That's a teaching moment for him. You're not competing. You're not going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly. And I agree with you. I think this is well deserved. I mean, and I was gonna say you can be as good as an offensive minded coach as you want to. Giants have lost 4 games this year where they've led by 10 or more. At some point, you've got to take responsibility as the head coach for the defense. And like honestly, that Denver game really just broke them. I mean, they've been terrible since then.
Denver. I said Bo Nix killed the Giants.
Bo Nix killed the Giants.
Was my take.
Jaden Daniels killed the Bears. Bo Nix killed the Giants.
Bo Nix killed the Giants.
One more thing on this. Daboll is the 4th consecutive New York Giants head coach to finish bottom 5 in franchise win percentage. So they've had 4 straight coaches that are arguably the 4 of the worst coaches they've ever had in franchise history.
I got a fun fact. I got a fun fact for you, man. Fun fact. You ready for a fun fact?
I love fun facts. Lay it on me.
Nick Sirianni in 4.5 years has won 55 games for the Eagles. The New York Giants in the past 10 seasons have won 54 games.
I mean, that checks out what I just said. So
yeah.
That's something, all right.
Also heard through KB's grapevine that Brian Daboll announced to the team his own firing.
So he so what? Mara called him and said you're fired.
He had like not a press conference, but he had like an emergency meeting with the team. And he's like, "Guys, I'm fired. Bye." That's what I heard. KB's grapevine.
He just said, "Peace. I'm out. I'm out of here, guys. Peace."
He's like, "I've been relieved from my duties. Bye bye.
I've been fired." So yeah, I mean, this Giants season is well on its way to being over. And Brian Daboll.
It's over. They died. The Bo Nix killed them.
Yeah, Bo Nix killed them. I'm there. I'm there with you. I mean, and this is just. I mean, the Eagles are just gonna run away with this shit now. I mean,
it's crazy.
Washington
the NFC East division curse. I think it's over.
I think it's over.
Is it too soon to say?
Knock on wood, tentatively, but like, come on. I mean, after last night, like, I mean, it's been a really good 2 weeks for the Eagles, and they didn't even play one of those weeks. So,
yeah.
All right. Before we get into the games here, I'm gonna go over some of the injuries that occurred. As always, Travis Hunter. We were both high on him coming into the year. He's gonna be out for the season.
Very unfortunate.
After undergoing surgery to repair his LCL. So he's gonna miss the rest of the year.
Yeah,
bad injury. They said it's no more damage beyond just the LCL. So
yeah, they're saying in 6 months he should be back. So he'll be ready for like training camp and everything.
I mean, it's a good thing Jacksonville went out and got Jacoby Myers because they really needed the help. We also have Garrett Wilson, another wide receiver, suffer a right knee sprain. He's gonna be out 3 to 4 weeks. That one hit home for me because I started him and I lost by like 2 points in fantasy. This was the same. I told you about this. I didn't tell the pod. I don't think I told the pod, but there was that trade that got vetoed. where it was Wilson and Swift for Chase, and they vetoed it, and so I put McConkey in instead of Wilson. They were fine with that, and so Wilson got me a donut. So because of that, I lost.
Wah wah.
Yeah, big womp.
Dude, I'm anti-vetoing trades unless it's clear and obvious confusion. What the hell? I can't speak English.
Yes.
Collusion. Is the
Collusion.
word.
Clear and obvious collusion.
Kyle struggles to find the word, but he found the word.
Yeah. No, this was not collusion.
Or like malpractice. I'm in a league where like somebody in a dynasty league where somebody traded their first round pick for Trevor Etienne.
Yeah, that's like that
because he didn't really understand what he was doing.
Yeah,
this kid's probably gonna be kicked out of the league next year.
Yeah, like that's yeah. There's two. It's like if you don't know what you're doing, or it's collusion. Like
yeah.
Yeah. I'm not gonna go into that. You know the details, but I haven't told them I'm not gonna be back that league next year. Marlon Humphrey, he came back, and now he's right back to the couch potentially. He might miss a couple weeks. He's going to contemplate getting finger surgery. Ravens did get a win, but that's going to hurt them if they can't stay healthy. I mean, they've been getting hit with the injury bug like this whole year. It's been crazy.
Yeah.
Speaking of the injury bug, the poor are getting poor. Washington rookie Trey Amos fractured his fibula. In Sunday's loss to Detroit. He's going to be out for the season. Yeah, I mean, the injuries just keep piling up for the Commanders. It's getting kind of ridiculous.
It's almost like coming into the season with like the oldest roster wasn't a good idea.
I mean, you have your points, but I mean, you got your rookies getting injured now. You got Jaden Daniels getting injured. I mean, it's just not good. It's not good. Not good in Washington. Not good.
Not good thing. Not a lot of good things happening in Washington.
No. Well, they did reopen the government, so I guess that's a start. We have Dalton Kincaid. He's going to be week to week with a hamstring injury. This one really hurts, and we'll get into this one in a little bit, just because I mean the Bills' wide receiver room is just pathetic.
They like one thing. I guess Dalcade I think got hurt early in that game. He is a very important player to their offense.
He's the whole dude. He's the whole passing game.
If you remember that game against Atlanta, where they lost and they got crushed by Atlanta, who's been a very inconsistent. Dalton Kincaid did not play in that game.
Yeah.
And clearly in this game they got blown out and they did not have Dalton Kincaid. So he's a very important cog into the Bills machine.
Right. Last one I got for you, Packers center Elton Jenkins suffered a fracture in his lower leg. He's going to be placed on IR. I forget who came in for him. He did a okay job, but Packers offense... Yeah. They have more
Packers
issues.
Offense.
They have more issues than just the O-line.
Well, I guess, did you not hear the breaking news? KB's Grapevine, breaking news.
Uh-oh. Hit me.
Breaking news. Did you hear Alexander stepping away from football?
What?
That focused on his physical and mental health.
What? Wait, is this like for real?
Yeah, this happened through KB's Grapevine. That's the news source. I found this out right before the pod. Figured you had also saw, but no, I guess not.
No, because I was watching.
KB's Grapevine first to the news.
What the heck? Dude. Determined to playing. What the heck, man? He's 28.
He's focusing on his health. Can't knock a guy for mental health. Mental health is a serious thing.
So do they get the pick back?
I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But it's breaking news, though. KB's Grapevine.
All right. No more Jair, I guess. Damn. Well, after watching Keely and Adoree last night, I was really looking forward to Jair Alexander, but I guess not.
Low-key, I didn't think Adoree and Keely played that bad last night.
I'll give you my take on that in a little bit. We'll get into that.
The defense was the best part of the team last night. Also, I guess the Packers offense being terrible, but
yeah. All right, let's get into some football games. We'll start on Thursday night. This one was a bit of a stinker. The Denver Broncos beat the Las Vegas Raiders 10-7.
This was ultra stinky.
10-7.
I fell asleep around halftime. It was 7-7. And I woke up to the end of the game, and it was 10-7. And I was like, well, I guess I didn't miss anything.
You didn't miss much. I mean, there were more penalties than first downs in the first half between both teams. Denver just refused to run the ball. Dobbins only had 4 carries at halftime. I mean, this game was, for lack of a better word, it was just ghastly. It was terrible.
KB's grapevine. J.K. Dobbins might be placed on IR.
Oh yeah. Wait, that's actually
that he
big.
got hurt in this game with a hip drop tackle.
Yeah,
this is not
I
confirmed.
know that he said
this
that
is
he was
KB's
talking
grapevine.
about.
This is very thin whispers to the grapevine that there's talks of J.K. Dobbins going to IR. Not good.
No, I heard you. You were cutting out though. You were cutting in and out again.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta get you a Wi-Fi
Okay.
extender. I'm gonna tell whoever has you for Secret Santa to get you a Wi-Fi extender. Yeah, this one was very, very boring. I mean, you had a couple plays. The Raiders are just not a good football team. I mean, Genti had a big run called back because of a hold. Trey Tucker had a touchdown that got called back because of a hold. But the Denver all right. So the Denver defense, right? Legit unit, top 5 in the league. I'm sold on them being good. The Denver offense is fraudulent. It's so fraudulent. I mean, it's I just don't understand what their offensive identity. Like, I don't know what their offensive identity is. They really don't have one, right? Like, you would
win in the fourth quarter. I told
it's literally win in the fourth quarter, dude.
He's Tebow. He's Tebow, but he can throw better than Tebow.
It's literally win in the fourth quarter. It's literally
he's
play
like the
dog.
upgraded Tebow.
I mean, I see it. Like, he has pretty good athleticism. Like, Tebow in today's NFL would probably be like slightly above average athleticism, just because the
he'd
guys
be like
run
Taysom
around.
Hill, basically, probably.
Yeah, something like that. But like, Bo Nix can actually throw the ball downfield. I just don't.
Can he though?
No, but he can get it downfield. Is what I'm saying.
He can get it downfield.
He can get it downfield
accurately,
and not that accurately. Yeah,
I saw something like him and Troy Franklin have like the worst deep shot connection like ever.
Oh my gosh,
like, statistically speaking.
Troy Franklin he had Bo Nix threw an interception. It was all Troy Franklin's fault. Like, it went right off his hands and went up. It was one of those. Yeah, like he missed him earlier in the game too. Like, he had a deep ball where Troy was just butt naked and he missed him. I mean, I think the best part of the offense was that Mike McGlinchey did a pretty good job of locking up Max Crosby for most of the night. But like, it really it just like their offensive identity is just like crazy. Like, they had a 3rd and 12 at one point. They throw a wide receiver screen, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, this looks like the Eagles when they just refuse to play football. This literally look like they just it just rubs me the wrong way.
Special teams was terrible too.
Yeah,
like a lot of horrible punts.
Horrible punts. They ended up
the punts were getting booed. Broncos getting booed every punt.
Oh yeah, no, Bo Nix in the offense.
They got cheered when they got one good punt.
Yeah, literally. Like, can you imagine the loudest part of the night for the stadium being a punt? Like, that's got to be like just a kick in the nuts.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy.
Gino threw a pick. What else is new?
What else is new? Yeah, he got hurt in this game. He was coming in and out of the 10.
Yeah, he got hurt. I want Kenny Pickett because I got Kenny Pickett in my dynasty. Let Kenny Pickett play. Kenny Pickett's Super Bowl champion.
Super Bowl champion Kenny Pickett.
Kneeled it out. Can you believe that? Kenny Pickett. He won the Super Bowl. He got to kneel the game out. So clearly he's very good.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, and like I said, like, the Raiders made this game so easy. They had 7 straight possessions, Kyle, without a first down. Las Vegas.
That's just disgusting.
And they only won by 3. Like, the Denver Broncos only won by 3. So they get the win 10-7. They improved to 8-2 though, which is tied for the best record in the NFL, in the AFC.
Currently on the tie with the Patriots for longest 7-game win streak.
Yeah, 7. Yeah,
both them
1 and 2 seems like a very distant pass right now. All right, let's move on here. We'll move on to Sunday.
Let's go to Germany.
Germany, the first
Deutschland.
ever NFL game in Berlin, and the Colts come out on top in overtime, 31-25 over the Atlanta Falcons. That's now the 4 straight losses for Atlanta. Kyle, between you and me, good.
Dude, that means Atlanta's gonna get a top 10 pick in the draft.
Well, here's the question I want to ask you.
Wait. Do they have a first round pick, Matt? I don't think they do.
Wait.
Don't the LA Rams have their first round pick? Oh my.
Why? Wait, why?
They traded it away to get another I forgot.
James Pierce. They got James Pierce.
Yeah. And
That's
I mean,
right.
Atlanta's pass defense is actually
Damn.
really a rank. And like if you go to all the advanced metrics, I think even in general they're like a top 5 pass defense.
They have a very
But
good pass
they are
defense.
just bad. Like Michael Penix as a lefty quarterback, it's
dude.
hard to watch.
So lefty quarterbacks
Lefty
in
quarterbacks are
general,
bad. I don't like
yeah.
them.
Like name
Except for
one,
Steve Young. Steve Young's really good.
dude. Steve
He
Young,
doesn't play anymore though.
Steve Young, Michael Vick, and like that's it. Like I can't even like.
There's definitely more than that. We're definitely just we're being anti-leftist.
I
Let me
don't
look up
like
some lefty
Steve
quarterbacks.
Young, Michael Vick. Like let me think about this for a second. Because
Boomer Esiason, Ken
Ken
Stabler,
Stabler, yeah, okay, Boomer.
Mark Brunell.
Mark Brunell is not good. Stop.
Tua turned the ball over.
Who else are we thinking of? Like
That's Doug Nussmeier. He's
I can't even
Michael
think.
Vick and Steve Young.
The only other ones I can
Or
think of are
Esiason.
like I can think of like Matt Leinart is a lefty.
Kellen Moore was a lefty. He's a good
Kellen
he's a good
Moore.
coach.
He's a good coordinator.
Yeah.
Wasn't Chris Sims a lefty too?
Yeah, Chris Sims was a
I
lefty.
think Chris Sims was a lefty.
Bobby Douglas.
Here's the thing with Michael Penix is he's not good at football. I guess I should explain myself a little bit more. He just like first of all the accuracy is not there. Like he's not an accurate thrower of the football. That's number one. Number two, extremely unless it's Drake London, extremely slow processing the field. Especially in zone coverages. Like I feel like Manny's a little bit better. Like he's just better at diagnosing.
That's fair. There
man.
was that one touchdown that not touchdown to Kyle Pitts he should have had in the first
half.
half.
Yeah, I saw that. That was a good throw. But like, what was your stats? He was like 13 of 28 or something like that.
It was a bad throw. He should have had that.
No, it was a bad throw. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Should have had it. Yeah, I just don't think he's the answer going forward. I think Atlanta's missed on this pick. I think in 2 to 3 years, you won't see Michael Penix starting anymore.
He's also old too. Like to be this old, like how old is he? 25?
He's on
25.
He's on the older side. Michael Penix age. He is
25.
Yeah, 25. So like
old.
Yeah, he's an older quarterback too. He's also got the injury history. I know he's been pretty healthy.
He's older than Kyle Pitts.
I know he's dealing with an injury. He's older than Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts is only 24.
Bro, Kyle Pitts got drafted like 4 years ago too.
I know he was 20 years
crazy.
drafted.
That's crazy.
Couldn't even drink. He was playing NFL. That's crazy.
I mean, how about like I'll give credit for Atlanta. Like the season Drake London is having is just phenomenal. He had 6 more catches, 104 yards, and a touchdown in this game. Ooh. He's 7th in the league in receiving yards. He's tied for 4th in touchdowns. Yeah, he's very good, and he makes Michael Penix look like. Could you imagine if he wasn't a Falcon, Drake London? Like this,
the Falcons' offense with like Bijan, where did he go in this game? Disappeared.
I know.
Falcons' offense has so many playmakers. There's so much money invested. The fact that they're not scoring like 30 points every game,
it's mind-boggling.
Crazy.
It's mind-boggling.
The fact that they're 3-6, especially now that the defense is so much better.
I know.
Insane. This team is just underperforming.
This
even if you look at their like losses, they should have won. I have to look at them again, but there was multiple games where I felt like they should have won.
Well, they
played up to the potential.
Yeah,
they got blown out by the Panthers.
They got blanked. They got blanked by the Panthers. They got blown out by the Dolphins. The Patriots
game against the Patriots, they lost by a point. They should have won that. They got blown up by the Dolphins. They probably shouldn't have won.
And then the Bucks week 1.
Week 1 game against the Bucks. Yeah,
that one they absolutely should have won. Yeah, they absolutely should have won that. Yeah, so they're just underperforming, and I mean, I just don't understand. Like they're not getting the ball to their playmakers. I mean, Bijan had a good game. He had like 80-something yards. He was averaging like 4 yards a carry. Tyler Algier actually had both touchdowns on the ground in this game. Which that's only the case because I bet Bijan to score. That's the only reason that happened, by the way. So you're welcome, Tyler, if you're listening. Let's shift gears here for just a second because we got to talk about Jonathan Taylor because I mean we talked about this a lot last year with Saquon Barkley. Is there a path forward for Jonathan Taylor to win MVP? Because I really think that there should be. His stat line was 32 carries, 244 yards, 3 touchdowns. He added another 3 catches for 42 yards. I mean, you had Barkley last year getting like 300 scrimmage yards. He had all these yards. He had 2,000 yards, obviously, on the year. Is there a path forward for Jonathan Taylor to win MVP, or is it just destined to be a quarterback award for all
No,
time?
I mean the most valuable player in any team is usually the quarterback. To be fair though, I do think Jonathan Taylor has. I'm saying this as an Eagles fan. I think he has a better case than Saquon did last year, just because the Colts were a surprise.
Yeah.
He very clearly is. He's going to have more touchdowns than Saquon did last year.
Mm-hmm.
Very clearly, the engine to the offense. That both their losses, I think, were his worst games.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think that he is a better case. However, I think it's probably going to end up being Mr. Drake May. Have you ever heard of him?
I don't know, man.
Mr. Glaze boy.
I had another name in mind, which we'll get into in a little bit. But
Mhm.
yeah, I look, I tend to agree with you. We've said it before, like intrinsically, the quarterback position is the most valuable position on the field. That being said, yeah, I think he does have a better case than Saquon. I don't know if he's gonna have a better year overall than Saquon, but just given how bad the Colts were last year and him being just so good this year.
And like even in this game, Daniel Jones did not play well, and they basically won on the back of Jonathan Taylor.
You know, he was a bit shaky in this game. He had the interception, he
When
had
I
the strip
last year, I don't
sack.
really remember a game where Jalen Hurts played bad and Jonathan Taylor or Saquon
Saquon
Barkley
like
kind of
saved
took
them.
over and won the game,
Yeah, I mean
saved them.
The Eagles were just they were a different animal last
Yeah, we're a
year.
better team, more talented team.
They ran roughshod. I mean, to get back to DJ real quick. I mean, he did clutch up when it mattered. He converted on that 4th and 2 with the game on the line in the fourth quarter. He found Tyler Warren. And he did enough. I mean, this is the second straight game now where you're kind of looking at DJ, who's definitely cooled off in the last 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's still doing really good things. Like he's still like I think teams are starting to figure out the Colts maybe just a little bit. I know they had, you know, I was gonna say they went up against 2 good defenses. I mean, the Falcons' defense is good. Steelers, the jury's still out. I don't think they're a good unit. I think they just kind of figured it out and they
They
matched
just
up
got a
well.
lucky game. They just got it was
I don't want
Mike
to say
Tomlin as a
lucky.
dog after coming off a loss, as a home dog. He always wins
It's
those
fair.
games.
It's fair. So yeah, the Colts escaped Germany with the win in overtime. Yeah, I mean, and again, right? You just said Atlanta was like the king of blowing games. They had this game won. All they needed was one stop, and the Colts got into field goal range, and then Jonathan Taylor scored in overtime. After a stop, they stopped the Falcons on offense. They got the ball and they scored. So, this is arguably another game that Atlanta should have won. But instead, that's their 4th straight loss, and they fall to 3-6.
3-6, not
Three and
good.
6, yeah, not good. All right, Kyle, take us to Minnesota, and then I guess if you want to do Tampa Bay after that, we can get into that.
Minnesota and the Ravens. The Ravens a little slow to start this game, but they 3 straight field goals in the first half. The score was 10-9 going into halftime, but then the
Yeah.
Ravens kind of exploded from there. The Ravens, I think, are back. There's a reason why. I guess also with the way the Steelers have been playing, why it was basically a coin flip, even when they were down, I think they were 1-5, and it was still a coin flip to win the division.
Mm-hmm.
Derrick Henry looked good. He got back to 20 carries for 75 yards. Lamar Jackson, I believe he had a turnover, but I don't.
I know he fumbled it.
No, he
I don't
didn't.
think they lost.
He fumbled. Yeah, he did fumble, but it was not lost.
No.
Actually, they had quite a few fumbles, but none of them lost. So good for the Ravens there. JJ McCarthy, he looked a little sloppy. 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
His alter ego number 9.
Oh my God! I was gonna
must
say,
not have shown up.
Did you hear about this?
Yeah, Mr. 9.
Bro, so like I guess McCarthy, they were talking to him before the game, and he's like, yeah, 9 started showing up this year, built up a lot of anger after being on IR, and I just you gotta feed the wolf, man. You gotta feed the wolf when I'm out there. Like talking about his alter ego in the third person, like how conceited can you be? Like, dude, pump the brakes, you stink.
Do you think Justin Jefferson likes JJ McCarthy?
Wait, I didn't hear you.
Did you see the one interception where Justin Jefferson didn't even really try to go
didn't
for the
go
ball
for
and
it?
just was
Yeah,
picked?
yeah.
People are saying he's quitting on the team, Justin Jefferson. He's
I don't
very
know. I
upset.
mean, he only had 4. He did not lead the team in receiving. He had 4 catches for 37 yards. I think was it
Jalen Naylor was the leading
Naylor? I
receiver
almost
with
said
5
Josh
for
Naylor.
124 and a touchdown.
Yeah, like look at that. So like, I don't know. I mean, I know that
Aaron Jones looked good in this game. This game was weird because McCarthy and like the run game was going, but they only finished the game with 18 carries. They had 9 for Jones, who went for 47 yards and a touchdown. He was averaging over 5 yards a carry.
Yeah.
Mason was averaging 6 yards a carry. McCarthy was averaging 9, but granted, a lot of those scrambles at the end of the game when the Ravens were kind of playing prevent,
Yeah, no, it's
allowing
fair.
those scrambles.
It's fair.
But like I think like that, like with a young quarterback, you have to rely on the run game.
Yeah, and you would,
especially when you're getting that kind of yardage.
Yeah, right. Like especially I know that Jones like took over kind of when he came back from IR as the primary back. Jordan Mason is still a very good number 2, and I feel like he should be getting like at the bare minimum like 6, 7, 8 carries
I think
a game.
even as both running backs, like you have 2 strong backs. Why are you running it? Why are you only having your backs carry the ball 13 times in this game?
It doesn't
especially
really make
considering
sense.
like they were up in the first quarter. They were up in the second quarter. In the second half, they were up 10-10. That's a run the ball more. Why JJ having a young quarterback throw the ball 42 times is not a recipe for success.
No, and like especially like you said, like it was a close game for a majority of the game. Like it was close. So
yeah, it wasn't really until the second half that the Ravens kind of woke up and took over.
Yeah.
Granted, they definitely played like the better team. They deserved to win.
Yeah.
I think the Ravens are back. Just
Ravens are back, baby.
Their schedule's pretty easy too. I just Ravens are so back.
Like I hope they don't, just because I bet Pittsburgh at plus money to win the division.
Oh, you did?
I did take it. I did take it. Hey, we'll see, man. We'll see.
9-8.
I got some money coming in. Knock on wood on Thursday when Aaron Judge wins MVP. So maybe we'll play some futures then.
We'll see.
We'll see. He should win. On a side note, he should.
Cal Riley.
Cal Riley, cool year, great year, good guy, very good guy.
Good ass.
Great ass.
Great ass guy.
No, Aaron
He's
Judge.
got a dumpy.
MVP.
As they say.
MVP.
Got a dump truck. Aaron Judge doesn't have one.
Speaking of,
I guess we'll go. I guess the next game. I'm still waiting on my Drake May glaze, but New England Patriots 28 at Tampa.
This one was
23.
Crazy, dude.
Crazy. People did not expect. I didn't think the Patriots were going to win. I think you didn't. Also,
we were both on Tampa Bay.
I thought Bucks were going to bounce back. One thing I'll say about the Bucks in this game, and I think he got a little healthier, but Baker is clearly dealing with an injury. This is seeming very reminiscent to his final year with Cleveland.
It's plausible.
He's a tough guy. It's gonna. You got at some point the medical staff might have to come in and just say like you have to sit, buddy.
Yeah.
Because he ever since that game against the Lions, he's been like missing. He's overthrowing guys. He played better in this game than he has the past 2, like before the bye week. But he clearly seems like he's dealing with something.
Yeah, I think that and he was pretty good in this game for the majority of the part. He was 28 of 43, had 273 yards, 3 touchdowns, didn't turn the ball over. Also didn't carry it in this game, which is kind of surprising because I feel like he's
that's part of it too. Like I think like he was running a lot the first half of the season, and now since this injury, he hasn't been running as much, and I think that's got it. He's definitely playing banged up. Not to say that everybody basically is at this point, but something's hampering him more than the usual wear and tear of the NFL season.
Yeah, and I know that he's been like at least earlier in the year. I don't know if this is still the case. He had I know he was dealing with like a knee injury or something, or like an oblique injury. And I to my knowledge, he was a lot healthier after the bye. But like even in the last few weeks, it's like the Baker Mayfield MVP chants have ceased almost. It's almost like they've
stopped.
Have
you heard the MVP? They were chanting MVP at this.
Yeah,
game.
Tell me about the other guy.
About Drake May.
Tell me about the other guy.
They could have been talking about Baker. He played really good. Humble Drake May.
Humble.
Very humble. Good for him. Yeah, Drake May played really well in this game. I mean, he did have a really bad pick in the end zone. I forgot what quarter that was. I think it was like in the first half, near the end of the first half, he threw the pick. But he played great. 16 for 31, 270, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. I think on the ground he had 7 carries for 13, so that's not really much. I think probably some of those were kneel downs.
Mhm.
But Trayvon Henderson, though, he showed up in this game.
Finally!
14 for 147 and 2
Finally!
touchdowns.
That's a guy I am happy for, is Travion Henderson. I am so happy for him. The one time I don't bet his over on yards, he goes off. Terrible.
Yeah, he scored 1 touchdown right at the beginning of the second half. He scored another one to basically ice the game.
Mhm.
Both very long runs. The one to ice the game was really funny because he broke past all the guys, and you could see him look at the coaching staff
Yeah,
to
right.
see whether or not he can score.
He was like,
Apparently,
"What?
Stephon Diggs said after the game that a lot of teammates, including him, were giving him crap for like not having the breakaway speed. And then he's like, "Oh, look, he showed us today."
Yeah, right.
So, also Drake May, going back to him real quick, that throw he had to Matt Collins for that big game that set up the touchdown, set up that one touchdown.
Dude.
Oh my lord,
He had some
dude,
dots.
I love Drake. He's all over the social media feed right now with
You
the
know,
Drake May glaze.
If he's
Everyone's
not
like, I love Drake May. I love Drake May.
If he's not MVP, at the very least, he's extremely fun to watch. He's a
I
very
believe he's co-favorites right now in betting odds with him. It's him, Stafford, and Mahomes. I think right now are your top 3.
Yeah. That's for the most part, I think, pretty accurate too. This was a huge. I mean, this was a bigger win for, I think, probably for the Eagles and Lions, just to keep pace in the NFC. But this was also a huge game for the Patriots because they keep pace now with Indianapolis and
Denver for the
and
1
Denver
seed.
for the 1 seed. Yeah. So this was a huge game for both
And this was their
teams.
toughest. This was arguably their toughest game.
Their toughest remaining game. I don't think it's even
besides, I guess, because they played the Bills, but
they gotta play
the Bills at home.
They gotta play the Bills, yeah, but you're gonna play the Bills twice every year, so like you're familiar with their team at least. So I honestly think
it's a divisional game.
A road game in Tampa, like that's tough. That's tough. Anyway,
like if you they're probably their next toughest game isn't until late December when they go to the Ravens. And the Ravens, again, are probably playing to just win every game at this point.
Yeah, right.
So that's a tough game. Then you got the Jets twice, the Giants, the Dolphins, and the Bengals, and then the Bills at home. Oh, that's just not great.
Not great.
Not easy, I should say.
Yeah.
But I mean, the Patriots definitely, like, if you look at some of the advanced metrics, they definitely are a little bit of schedule merchants. Like, I personally don't see them going far in the playoffs, but anything can happen when you got Drake May.
Which is crazy to think that we'd be saying that this year so quickly too.
No, I mean, Ben was on it. Ben told me.
Ben's also a Patriots fan. Like,
yeah, but he knew. He knew.
Oh, he knew.
Okay. He told me. I said Drake May was top 10 going into the season.
Fair enough.
Early on into the season.
All right, let's move on here. Let's go to we got to talk about this Houston game, man.
Oh god.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah,
what a horrible beat for any Jaguars.
You were giving me.
Oh,
well, I mean, I do feel bad because you were one of them.
I was one of them that had Jaguars. I obviously I do a spread league. I thought the Jags were going to win, but this has happened to me a few times where I thought the team was going to win, and I had them at +1 because that was the spread for the spread pick, and I've hit it. So I guess I was due for one of those not to hit. And this was one of them.
Yeah, I mean, this was a weird game. I mean, you had Davis Mills starting in place of C.J. Stroud. Reminds me a lot of Mike Glennon. He's got the long neck. Needed a guy with a lot of neck.
Yeah, he's the giraffe man. Davis Mills, the giraffe man. I'm gonna call him Giraffe Man.
Yeah, he took a while to settle in. Giraffe Man had an early interception.
In fact, 3 of his 6 career wins are against the Jaguars.
He's a Jags murderer.
Jags murderer. He owns. I wish I had known that.
So wait, if he's a Jag murderer, are you anti-Giraffe Man? Because he's a murderer.
Yeah, I'm anti-Giraffe Man. He's a oh, you're right. He's murdering. Murdering Jaguars.
That would be transitive.
Jaguars people. Transitive property.
Yeah, it depends.
I guess they are. It's a football team. It's a people.
It's a people.
It's a people.
Yeah. The Texans had a lot of early miscues. They had the ball punched down on the kickoff that Jacksonville recovered. Davis Mills botched a snap. Houston did recover that one. There was a delay of game on 3rd and 8 in the early second quarter, and then you had Kamari Lassiter get that unsportsmanlike penalty for banging his helmet. Kyle, I don't know if you saw this, made a brilliant play on the ball and went like just banged his helmet a little bit, and then they threw the flag. This game was very poorly officiated. I was able to watch the condensed replay of this game.
You mean every game
in entirety, huh?
You said you said this game was poorly officiated. I was gonna say.
Oh yeah, like basically like every game, but this one especially was bad. I'll tell you, it wasn't bad though. Parker Washington really stepped up as the Jags' #1 receiver. Had a heck of a grab in the first quarter for a touchdown. He also returned a punt in this game. Made a really good move. And they needed it too. I mean, like Travis Hunter being out for the year, Brian Thomas didn't play in this game. Jacoby Myers did make his Jags debut. I don't know what he finished with. He had a couple catches in this game, but
I don't think he did much. Their main guy was Parker Washington.
It was mainly Parker Washington. Not so good of a game for Trevor Lawrence.
They really need. Hopefully he comes back. They really need Brenton Strange to come back. They really need a possession guy.
Yeah, they do need a valve guy. You know, like
which I think
Mills.
he should be back. I think he's coming back. He might be. Is he back this week or next week?
I think he's
coming back soon.
I think it's next week. Let's see. Brenton Strange status. Let's see. They've opened his 21-day window from injury reserve. A final decision is yet to be made on week 11 against the Chargers.
So he could be back this week.
Could be back this week.
That'd be good. Good for him.
Yeah, like I was gonna say, Davis Mills had Dalton Schultz like all game as a little check down guy. Trevor Lawrence, I mean, while he did have a bad game, wasn't really helped out by that too much. I'm just not convinced on Trevor Lawrence. I mean, this guy does.
Trevor Lawrence has been bad.
He does such good things, and then he does such bad things. Like it's crazy. I've never seen a guy go from like high to low. I mean, he's a statue in the pocket. He had an opportunity for points before halftime and threw a terrible interception. Like some of the throws this dude makes, it just really leaves you like scratching your head. It's crazy.
Well, to be fair, I will say Trevor Lawrence did win something this week. He won our Tua turn the ball over turnover of the week.
Hey, wait, was it the one before halftime?
It was the one before then at the end of the game, which I think counted as a fumble.
Okay. I think it. No, I think it was an interception because.
Oh, so then because he only has one pick on the stat.
Oh, so then it wasn't.
So I think they counted that as a fumble. They counted it as a fumble.
They counted it as a fumble.
But he basically was getting. He was throwing the ball. He was like looking, to Hail Mary, trying to get.
Yeah.
Honestly, they were in position to get potentially a field goal to win the game because they're only down by 3. But then they got a 10-yard penalty for illegal use of hands.
I didn't see the replay.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I didn't see the replay on that one.
And then Trevor Lawrence also got sacked too.
Dude,
just like not good.
He's a statue.
He really is not great.
Yeah.
After getting a big 21-yard rush to even like set him up after the sack, it's just terrible.
Yeah.
And then he was like looking to try to get a ball out. He goes to like throw, his arm gets hit, the ball bounces up, recovered by Sheldon Rankins, who returned it for a touchdown, ruining my +1.5 Jaguars spread.
I thought it was Will Anderson. I could be wrong about
Will Anderson forced the fumble, and it was recovered by Sheldon Rankins.
There we go.
Yep, for a touchdown. Kind of bounced in the air. It was return touchdown. Me and all the other Jaguars +1.5 bettors screaming in shambles. This fun fact in my chat for the spread board, this kid was like, "Oh, damn, what a horrible beat for me." And then that happened, and everyone's like, "We hate you."
Yeah. Terrible.
But yeah, Trevor Lawrence. I traded him away for a first-round pick.
I don't blame you.
In Dynasty.
I
can't believe I did that.
Yeah, I mean, and the Jaguars wide receivers are I think they're pretty talented. It's just Trevor can't get it there half the time.
Yeah.
Like I said, this game was very questionably officiated. They were aided by some questionable PI calls. Houston had 11 penalties in this game, and a lot of them were very, very ticky-tacky. There was this, and then against the Jaguars, there was that roughing the passer call against Travon Walker, which is just simply not. It's one of those landing, like he landed on him, but he really didn't even land on him, Kyle, because he had his put his hands down.
Yeah, I saw
that. It looked way. What? And that even helped Houston get on the board too. Like that helped them get their first points of the game. So not good. I mean, I'll tell you where this went wrong for Jacksonville though. They had a 29-10 lead with 12:21 to go in the game. in the fourth quarter. So they blew a 19-point fourth quarter lead.
Well, they played really conservative in that fourth quarter. They were doing a
Oh
lot
my
of like
gosh.
basic run,
Yeah.
pass, run, pass, run, pass. Just like
It was
can't
just
win like
so
that.
predictable.
Their drives in the fourth quarter was 3 plays, -4 yards punt, 3 plays, 6 yards punt, 3 plays fumble.
Three straight 3-and-outs, and Houston scored 3 touchdowns.
Yeah,
Well,
touchdown,
four really.
touchdown.
Yeah, and then ended the game with a touchdown.
Yep.
Danielle Hunter had a whale of a game. He had 3.5 sacks, 4 tackles for loss, 4 QB hits. Dude was unstoppable. Big Danielle Hunter fan. Nico Collins was also really good in this game. He had 7 catches for 136 yards. He had that one-handed 2-point conversion. A lot of good catches all day. And yeah, as Kyle said, Houston had 3rd and goal with 37 seconds left, down 29-24. Davis Mills puts his head down, takes off, and puts Houston in front 30-29. And then Will Anderson forced the fumble. Sheldon Rankins recovered it. And that made it scoregami, Kyle, which is a win for everybody in my eyes.
Yeah.
Get scoregami again this. I think that's like 3 or 4 this year. I'd have to see. Wait till the season recap. You'll figure out how many scoregamis there are. All right, Kyle. Let's go to New York. Let's tell the people about the JetLife Stadium atmosphere, man. Yeah, we tailgated in the parking lot for a few hours before the game, and then headed in around noon. I gotta say, the lower. I mean, we were right there. We were like 3 rows back.
We had phenomenal seats.
We did, yeah. We got them for dirt cheap too, because I mean, it was less than half filled. I mean, the lower bowl was pretty loud. It was kind of electric. Yeah, I mean,
there was upper bowl sections that were completely
desolate.
And then partly also to do with the weather, but that was the most empty stadium I've ever been in.
Well, because it was like, so the rain wasn't too bad for it was on and off for like the first, really to like
it got
halftime.
really bad in the fourth quarter.
It got pretty bad for most of the second half. Like it wasn't quite a downpour, but it was like consistently like mild. Like it was consistently coming down.
Yeah, I got pretty wet.
Did you have a rain?
Not in a good way.
Did you have a rain jacket? Or you just had the Pix hoodie.
I did have a rain jacket.
Okay,
but my pants were wet. That's the
yeah,
worst thing
I
about
know.
rain jackets.
We talked about this.
Like it piles up, and like if you don't have like pants that also prevent water, then your pants get soaked.
Just soaked. Yeah, it was absolutely.
Absolutely soaked.
I had the same issue. I had this. My upper half was like my upper half was like kind of warm.
It was so dry.
Yeah,
I love rain jacket, but then my pants were soaked.
Soaked. Yeah, absolutely soaked. We got to talk about the Jets special teams here, because not only do they have
incredible
2 special teams touchdowns, they had back-to-back kick returns.
Special teams touchdowns.
Yeah, back-to-back kickoff.
Crazy.
They had a kickoff return.
That was a kickoff and a punt return.
Kene Nagwanu had a kickoff, found a lane, just took off. And then the next drive, the Browns went 3-and-out, and the Jets returned the punt. This time it was Isaiah Williams. Yeah, Cleveland really just, I don't know who got fired. I mean, someone got fired. Someone had to have gotten fired because of that, because that was just not good. I'll tell you who also wasn't good was Justin Fields.
Oh,
this was probably the worst quarterback play I've ever seen in my entire life. This was just,
I think between both teams.
It was for the better part of I think through 3 quarters, Justin Fields had 12 passing yards. 12 passing yards, and they were winning. Well, I guess they were tied. They were tied going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah. Oh Lord.
Oh, it was bad. And Dylan Gabriel stinks on ice too. He was just kept throwing. I don't know what Cleveland's like motive.
The Browns fans in the stands. There was actually a decent amount of Browns fans there.
Shout
out to what was it?
Joe Juravicious. I don't know.
Joe.
And his wife Marissa, I think, was her name.
Yeah, shout out to Joe and Marissa. Followed the pod when we were there. New Picks listeners.
Yes.
Shout out there listening.
Shout out.
But they wanted Shador in the game, and I could see why. Gabriel played horrible.
You know,
he was throwing horrible passes, and he was also getting destroyed.
Oh my
in the
God!
pocket.
Yeah.
The offensive line was not doing him any favorites. Will McDonald with his career high 4 sacks in this game.
Yeah, I mean,
there was one hit I remember I saw from when they were further down from where we were sitting, and Will McDonald kind of came up behind and murdered Dylan Gabriel. But in this case, it wasn't a true murder asterisk because he didn't kill him.
No,
We
yeah.
were pro murder.
It was a
in this
figurative
scenario.
murder. Figurative murder.
Yeah, figurative murder. We're pro figurative murder.
Yeah.
Not literal murder.
Correct. Yeah, I mean, like, this was just some piss poor quarterback play. I really did think for a minute there that we were going to see Shador. We had people behind us, around us, to the right, to the left, up and down.
They're like Shador.
No, they were chanting for Tyrod.
And Tyrod too.
Tyrod, we want Tyrod. Yeah, I mean, like, Field missed a throw. There was I remember. How about the third and 11 call inside the Cleveland 20, and they just do the QB draw. Like, they don't even trust Fields to throw for a first down. Like, we saw that more than once. It was just really bad.
11 for 54 yards, a touchdown and a pick. His pick was horrible too. I didn't get to see it. I was going to the
Neither did I. I was so upset.
I
was in the pisser.
I just heard. I was like, and I saw the replay later, and he just threw it right into the middle, like quadruple coverage.
And then Jerry Jeudy scored.
Duke cannot throw.
No, he can't throw.
It's bad.
No, they need to start.
If Breece Hall got traded, they would have no offense.
I'll tell you this:
unwatchable.
He was 5 for 10 with 12 yards. He had a 42-yard screen pass to Breece Hall. So 42 of those 54 yards came when he threw literally like 3 feet to the right. It was a screen pass. He had 12 passing yards. Kyle. Passing yards.
Yeah.
So bad. So bad. Yeah, I just
big culture win though for New York.
Big, yeah. I mean, look, they won because of their special teams. It was the special teams that won them.
And Nick Mangold's ghost.
Yeah, probably that definitely had something to do with it. Like I said, it was a good crowd for a Jets Browns game, I guess. The stadium was less than halfway filled. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
I'd go back though. It was cheap.
I'd go back though. It was fun. Cheap. It was fun. Had a good time.
Yeah. I'll tell you who didn't have a good time was the Carolina Panthers, who found an L on Sunday. They lost to the New Orleans Saints, 17-7. This one was just, I mean, like the Panthers are quickly turning into like Falcons adjacent. It's almost Falcons adjacent the way that they're.
That sucks because they're usually. I blame Meow Mix because Meow Mix was trying to come back, and then they were like, "Oh, we won't come back," and I think it messed up their mojo here. I think that's why they lost.
Is that pod?
That's the podcast that like
it
was like, we're not gonna do the podcast anymore because the Panthers are so bad and it like hurts us. We want to spend more time with our families than suffering about the Panthers.
Yeah.
And then immediately they go on to win 4-1.
So did they come back though?
No, they were gonna come back after the win against the Packers, but everyone was like, "You can't come back because you're gonna mess up the mojo."
Yeah, well,
so they're like, "Oh, we won't come back." But I think it's too late. I think the jinx. I think the jinx has been set.
I think it's their fault too. Yeah, definitely. I mean,
Tyler Show though, good.
Look, I gotta tell you, man. Like, I was kind of skeptical. Like, we talked about this preseason too, just like between him and Spencer Rattler. He looked really Tyler Show. He looked really good under pressure. He moved around very well in the pocket. He's got some power behind his throws. Average athleticism. I think he's pretty good. Kind of slow on the reads. I think the deep ball accuracy could be a lot better, but rookie. So, you're not going to hold him to that high of a standard, especially when you have, that offensive line and literally just Chris Olave for most of the time. He looked really good though. He made a lot of good throws. He got the ball out quickly. He didn't stand around. Like, Trevor Lawrence should go watch some Tyler Show tape because he needs to get out of the pocket. And like the third down, like he was so good on third down too. So good. I was gonna say Carolina opened up with a Rico Dowdle touchdown on their opening drive. That was the last points they got.
And that was it.
that was it. Yeah, the Carolina drives went touchdown. Then they had 4 straight 3-and-outs. Then they had end of half. Then they had the blocked. Oh, by the way, did you see this blocked field goal?
Yes, I did see the blocked field
goal.
Oh my! I saw that live when we were at the Jets game.
So do you know what happened? The Panthers got the ball back. So this is one of the stupidest rules in the NFL. It has to be. So the field goal was blocked, right? The ball goes beyond the line of scrimmage and is touched by New Orleans. By rule, that constitutes a live ball. And so Carolina jumped on it and they said,
No,
"Oh,
that's the rule though. It's like a that's like a
that's
punt.
so. How can you justify blocking a field goal and then just giving the ball to the team that kicked the field goal? I don't give a shit where the ball lands. You block the kick, it should be dead.
Nah. Let the boys play. Let the boys play.
If the kicking team, here's my rule, right? Live ball, whatever, you can pick it up and run it. Fine. If the kicking team touches the ball, it should be automatically downed right there and then. There's no beyond the line of scrimmage bullshit. Like that needs to be changed immediately. Why is that a rule?
That's just the rule. Well, to be
The-
fair, I
you
guess
can't say
the football
that
gods agree. The football gods must have agreed with you because 4 plays later,
they ended up fumbling.
Panthers did fumble.
Yeah, they ended up fumbling. So I guess
the ball don't lie, Matt.
it's just
right.
stupid though. It's just ball didn't lie, but it's still stupid. If the ball lied, I'd be upset. Yeah, so they had that whole fiasco. They ended up fumbling. Bryce Young then threw a pick, and then they went turnover on downs. So it was just very, very inconsistent football. Yeah, they just didn't look. They really didn't look prepared at all. I mean, David Canales after the game, he said the passing game needs a lot of reworking. Yeah, I'd say so. Definitely needs a lot of reworking. Yeah, I mean, and like to the defense's credit, they did enough. They did what they needed to do. I mean, they looked okay on third down, but like, I think the defense, you gave up 17 points to a division rival. I think that should be good enough to win in most situations. I do gotta.
Panthers offense is meh.
It's so meh, dude. It's so meh. I gotta give the Saints defense credit because they did shut down the Panthers running game. Rico Dowdle was just held to 53 yards. He had only 2.9 yards per carry. And New Orleans, they possessed the ball for almost 20 minutes in the second half. So they did a really good job of holding onto the football. After that turnover on downs, by the way, New Orleans had the ball for the final 7 minutes and 50-something seconds. So they did and they ended the game on that. So they did exactly what they needed to do. Kamara looked really good in this game. They were running the ball very, very well.
Yeah, he was 22 for 83.
Yep, very good, which is, I mean, way better than anything they've really done. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the most rushing yards Kamara's had all year. I didn't fact check that, but
yeah,
it's gotta be a top 3 performance for him. So kudos to the Saints. Very, very good win. Yeah, very, very good win.
Should pick them. I picked them.
Should have picked them. You picked the Saints?
Yeah.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick. That's a very unique pick. Did you pick the Giants?
I did pick the Giants.
I got Chicago on this one. Tell me about them, Kyle. Tell me about them.
The Giants.
I'm gonna get water real quick.
In this game, yeah.
Go ahead.
I'll take over. My mag fills his water anyway. But the Giants lose to the Bears 24-20. The Bears are now 6-3, while the Giants fall 2-8, and obviously fire Brian Daboll as we previously discussed. The Giants, again, just the masters of blowing games. They were up 20 to, I believe, 13, with only less than 5 minutes to go in this game.
Well, they're up 20-10, I think, right?
Yeah, 20-10. It was
20 to 10.
Yeah, 20-10.
Under
less
4.
than 5 minutes to go.
Yeah,
under 4. That's just ridiculous. Granted, I think part of this is because Dart, he got hurt and got concussed. He's in concussion protocol. Russell Wilson, savior. He came in, obviously did not play well. Ended up getting a 3-and-out. Bears got the ball, touchdown to take the lead, and then obviously Giants go 3-and-out, and the Bears win 24-20. Not good by the New York Giants, and obviously that is why Brian Daboll was fired. But this game was a monsoon. If you recall, this was the pick for the KBTs. I was stressing
it hit, baby.
At the Jets
it
game
hit.
that we would get the over. It did hit. Unfortunately, a team we will discuss shortly failed to do their job. But anyway, the over in this game, I thought we were destined for great things. But KBTs falls to 0-10, which is just gives me the shivers. But it's gonna change. Bounce back.
I hope
if we hit the KB Feast, which is coming up, then we're in the green. which is crazy to say.
Which is crazy to say, but like we gotta
like the up 11 units last year did not include if you bet the full KB feast. If you bet the full KB feast, you're up 19 units,
which was great.
So
we need excuse me. We need to be up 1 unit because we're down
we're down bad.
We're down exponential units right now.
We're down 10 units.
Ooh, don't tell me that. Don't tell my girlfriend.
Well,
that.
yeah, we lost 10 straight. Wow, wow.
No, when the lights start flickering behind me,
yeah, there was a monsoon in this game. The weather wasn't great. It's kind of like how it was for the Jets game, but for majority of this game, every time I looked at it, it looked bad. Jackson Dart, as I was saying before, he just played like they don't have the talent. They don't really have the personnel around him because mainly everybody got hurt.
Yeah.
Cam Scatterboom, Malik Neighbors, offensive line shaky at best. But he's just playing with such reckless abandonment. I don't know if you. One thing I watched this week was his interview during the draft process with John Gruden, and John Gruden basically told him like, "Hey, you can't do this. Like, if you're just, you're gonna have a short career." And he's clearly doing it because Brian Daboll's probably forcing him to do it just to save his job. So
yeah,
I think Brian Daboll's gone. I think Jackson Dart with being in concussion protocol. I don't think Russell Wilson was saying he was getting ready to start even before he was pulled. And it was bad, like bad vibes of Brian Daboll being like, he needs to play to save my job.
Yeah.
So I think Jackson Dart probably misses this next week coming up. That'll be important later.
Yeah,
it's fact.
It's definitely possible.
But anyway, yeah, Russell's bad, horrible. 3 for 7 for 45. He just is horrible. He's done. He's absolutely cooked. I think hopefully the new coach plays Jameis. I don't get why Jameis hasn't been playing because Russ is just atrocious. But I mean, Giants, I think the season's lost. Bo Nix killed the Giants. Jackson Dart, you have something with Jackson Dart though. So I think now it goes to who you're going to hire as your new head coach, and I think that'll be very exciting.
Yeah,
I hope whoever gets the job is very good. Kevin Patullo as an Eagle, that would be awesome.
That'd be pretty funny actually. I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be upset about that, to say the least.
Yeah. And then the Bears, just go back to the Bears real quick. Again, as I've been saying a few times on this podcast, Ben Johnson effect. This is a game that I think the Bears of yesteryears
would have lost.
Would lose.
Yeah.
And they just, the whole culture change here. Their run game is great with Manunge. Got a touchdown this game. DeAndre Swift had 13 carries for 80 yards. Caleb Williams put the team on his back.
Yeah, man.
With 220, 1 touchdown passing, 63 yards rushing and a touchdown. I really like the Chicago team. They're in the playoffs right now. They're above the Green Bay Packers. Fun fact, the NFC, kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And they're actually tied with the Lions for the lead in the NFC North.
I was gonna say, I mean, you could shit on the Giants, and they deserve to be shit on, rightfully so. They gave it the touchdown. Russell had the 2 sacks, and then you had Jamie Gillen punt all of I think it was less than 30 yards to punt, and then the Bears go and score in I think it was 4 or 5 plays, and they take the lead, and that was it. So you got to credit the Bears; they showed a lot of resilience. But yeah, I'm with you, dude. Bo Nix killed the Giants, and I think I think they're done.
Yeah.
All right.
CJ Gardner-Johnson.
Oh yeah, what's going on?
Game for him. 2 sacks.
Oh, CJ.
I think he's had 3 sacks since joining the Bears. He's been playing really well.
I like CJ.
So good for him, former Eagle.
That brings an edge to that Bears defense, though, too. You gotta remember that. Brings an edge.
Yeah, they definitely need it. But the Bears, I mean, we'll see what happens when they play some of these.
I think so. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. All right, let's move on. Dude,
the 4:00 games, all the blowouts of the 4:00 window.
No, we finished one more.
The 1:00.
Miami and Buffalo.
Oh, well, we're in the blow-off territory.
Yeah.
Now, blowout, no one expected, but we're in the
I know we're gonna breeze through most of the 4:00 hour. This one was a blowout too, but I do want to talk about it because this one needs a little bit of a breakdown. I obviously was at the Jets game. I didn't get to watch this one live. I went back and watched it last night. I watched the condensed replay. I think the Bills are cooked. I think they're broken, and I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, start the game. I feel like the crowd was mostly Bills fan. First play of the game was a false start in Miami, partially because of crowd noise and confusion. And then you had an arm punt by your boy Tua turn the ball over, which was an interception on the first drive. And you thought this was just going to be, all right, standard Bills win. They're going to, Miami might hang around for a little bit. But this is going to be a Bills win, right? So there were just two things here, because I got to give Miami their roses. They ran the ball extremely well. They were winning all their matchups at the line of scrimmage, but Buffalo was making it very easy. They were just giving them so much space off the line. They weren't protecting the flats. They were not winning at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the Bills' run defense has been a problem all year.
It's been terrible. And like Devon Achane continues to be the bell cow for Miami. He had 22 carries, 174 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had a 59-yarder and a 35-yarder both in the fourth quarter. Yeah, I mean the Miami O-line, they really just wore down the Buffalo defensive line. The push they were getting the whole game was just really unreal. But I do want to talk about the offense of the Bills, because there's two things here, right? So, number one, Josh Allen, the decision making was just terrible. He was holding onto the ball way too long. He was checked it down to, or he was trying to check it down too much and just play the flats as opposed to just taking the 3 or 4 yards over the middle. I mean, I'll give Miami credit again, because they did have it covered up really well downfield, but I feel like Josh Allen is just always looking for that deep ball, and he's just trying to force it downfield as opposed to just taking the 3 or 4 yards. There weren't a lot of pre-snap adjustments. Like you had like the end around to Elijah Moore when Miami was in press coverage with 3 linebackers. Like that didn't make any sense to me. Like they saw it pre-snap. I feel like there were a lot of other plays where he just really wasn't diagnosing the defense as much as we've seen him do in the past. Yeah, he threw the interception in the red zone on 3rd and goal. The communication was off with Dawson Knox. There was a lost fumble, in the mid fourth quarter, and then that led to the 2 plays later, you had the Achane 59-yard touchdown. So I feel like number one, Josh Allen was just not playing well. Number two, the Bills wide receivers do not get open at
they are stinky doo-doo.
The room is just like, they're just not good. Like it's like, look, they had Stephon Diggs last year, who, yes, he's having a very pedestrian year in New England, but like when they need him to be a number one, he's going to be a number one. You saw it earlier in the year when they played Buffalo. He had a huge game, and he's had other very big games, and he's a leader in that locker room. The Bills do not have a guy like Kincaid is their best receiving threat, who's now week to week with a hamstring injury. Whoever Buffalo's playing, like I don't even know who they're playing next week. I should have looked this up, but they're going to be in trouble. Whoever it is, they're going to be in trouble. They
play the Bucks next week.
Oh my God, how do the Bucks not win that game? How do the Bucks not win that game?
I believe the Bills right now are 5.5-point favorites.
I'm not picking Buffalo. I can't pick Buffalo after seeing that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they the scoring picked up in the fourth quarter in this one. There were 4 touchdowns total. The Buffalo offense started exploiting those one-on-one matchups on the edge, but I mean, it was too late. It was too bad it didn't matter, because I mean, Miami quite literally ran away with it. Buffalo was down 16-0 before halftime. And they just looked done. They had a bunch of miscues. I know James Cook had a fumble. Kincaid had a big drop before the end of the second half end of the first half that could have gotten them into field goal range. I just don't think this Buffalo team is equipped for any type of playoff run at this point. I mean, they Kyle, I'm telling you right now, this might sound surprising, they may in fact limp into the playoffs. They may in fact limp into the playoffs. And I believe they're like, I know they're not in first anymore, but like, is there a possible, future where Buffalo misses the playoffs? Because that's where we're at.
So with
that's
their
where
schedule,
we're at.
because they play the Bucks, they play the Texans, Steelers, Bengals, Pats, Browns, Jets, Eagles. So
There's
I think they should
there's
get
4 losses
another.
there.
There's 4 wins on that schedule. They get them to 10-7 at minimum.
Uh,
I think that will get you in the playoffs in the AFC.
10-7, yeah, probably gets you in. You're right. So they've done a lot of winning.
I don't know if they're gonna win the division. I think the division
No.
might be lost.
Well, what, 2 games? I think you'll know a lot more once we get to that next Bills Patriots matchup.
I think
we'll
this
know a
Bucks
lot
game
more.
for both teams, honestly, is probably a must win.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you. I think I'm gonna pick Tampa Bay. I think that's where I'm
I don't know.
going.
I think part of the reason with the Bills is it definitely
what's
was a
your take on
letdown spot.
this?
Obviously, that Kansas City game, it was a big deal. Obviously, they want that win for the tiebreaker on Kansas City, even though Kansas City really hasn't been doing much so far. But that was a big game, like mentally. I think this was an obvious letdown spot.
Yeah.
Our boy Joe at the Jets game pointed this out to us. Well, too little, too late before we could take advantage of it. But again, you're flying all the way to Miami. Miami's hot this time of year. It's a tough place to play. But I mean, I think that the Bills should be fine. They definitely have concerns. I don't know if they're really a favorite, but with Josh Allen playing, you really can't. You can't count them out.
I mean, he plays a lot of hero ball, as you know, and he does do Josh Allen
I really
things.
wish they got a receiver at the deadline because like
It
you
just-
said, like they're receiving their offense. They don't have a playmaker outside of Kincaid, who's been inconsistent until maybe this year, and he's also been injured. And then James Cook too. James Cook is honestly really the engine to that.
He's very
offense.
good, yes, but it is crazy.
And he was
a
little banged up. There was rumors he wasn't going to play in this game.
I
Of course,
mean,
he ended up playing.
Yeah,
there was
pretty
talks,
good.
and the grapevine was whispering.
The grapevine. No, but it's crazy to me that they did not replace Diggs in the offseason or at the trade deadline. I don't know if they made any offers. I don't know if that's been.
Well, they didn't have Diggs last year, and they made it all the way to the AFC Championship.
Yeah, it's just crazy to me that they haven't done it though, because like they were a better team last year.
Well, they were trying to trade for Waddle. KB Grapevine news.
Yeah,
I think they did try to trade for Waddle, but Dolphins wouldn't budge without a first round pick.
I think they wanted a first, yeah, and like at that point, it's like, yeah.
I think they offered him a third.
Yeah, I get that's. You know what? A third's probably fair. I don't know if you want to go a second. Yeah, I don't know.
I think even a second is probably fair, but I think a first would be kind of an.
No.
I don't know. You know,
First would be an overpay.
if you're trying to win the Super Bowl, because like the Bills and the Ravens are kind of in that position where like they're Super Bowl or bust just because they've been stopped by the Chiefs every year. They're desperate to win it, so I like do it, take the shot.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's crazy to me that they didn't get a guy. But I mean, hey,
no, I'm interested to see what happens with that. I think they still make the playoffs. I had them going to the Super Bowl. I don't think I'm going to change that just because it feels like the vibe.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe it's not the vibe anymore.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll have to see. I mean, good win for Miami. And yeah, definitely letdown game for the Bills.
I guess were we talking? I think we were talking about the tailgate. But Mike McDaniel, I think, is a great like coach in terms of
we did talk about this.
And he's bad at. He's not a good leader.
Not a good people guy. Yeah, but I think you called him scrawny.
Yeah, no, I wasn't this scrawny. Not that he's not a good people guy. I'm sure he is, but he's not a good leader of
men
because he's like
not a good leader of men. All right, let's start to breeze through these 4:00 games.
These 4:00 games, all these
three blowouts, and all 3 teams put up at least 42 points. Kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I'll start.
Really boring 4:00 window.
I'll start with the 49ers and Rams real quick. 3 things, Kyle, are guaranteed in life: death, taxes, and 3 tight end sets for the Los Angeles Rams. I think they might have the best tight end room in football. Tyler Higbee, Colby Parkinson, Dennis Allen, and then you got the rookie Terrence Ferguson out of Oregon. All had 4 catches. All 4 players had catches. Parkinson led the way with 4 catches, 41 yards, and a touchdown. Dennis Allen also scored. All 4 can catch. Most of them can block. I just love the way the McVay offense operates, and it was on full display.
This is kind of like what I was saying last week. The jumbo sets, the teams
the
that
jumbo
are
sets, baby,
are throwing the best out of these jumbo sets
Yeah.
are doing very well, like the Rams and the Seahawks. That's going to be a hell of a game.
Oh my
next
God,
week.
I can't. That's gonna be cinema,
That's
dude.
arguably game of the week. I get why it wasn't flexed this Sunday night because Eagles Lions is also going to be a great game,
Yeah.
which we will be in attendance at. If you did not know,
Is that a 4 o'clock game?
Anyway, that's a 4 o'clock game.
That's I mean, I guess
we watched that at the tailgate.
I was gonna say, yeah, because that'll end right around what, 7? That should be ending right around 7.
Yeah.
So all right, good.
That's a tailgate game.
Yeah, Stafford this is his 3rd straight game with at least 4 touchdowns and 0 interceptions.
Never been done. Passing touchdowns.
Never been done before. Yeah. Well, I mean, we talked about the MVP conversation a little bit earlier. I mean, is Stafford now leading the way? He's got 25 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. 25 is the most in the NFL. He's 4th in passing yards, 2nd in yards per game. He's 4th in QBR and passer rating. LA is 5th in points per game as a team. I mean, like you said, I think Drake May's in the conversation. Mahomes, Darnold potentially. I know there was a little bit of buzz for Jalen Hurts, but he just won't win. He just doesn't compile the stats as the other guys.
No, he's not going to win. I think right now it's Stafford or Drake May.
I think it's
maybe a sprinkle of Mahomes.
I think it's Stafford or Drake May. I think that's a fair assessment. Blake Corum continued to get involved in this offense more and more. It's his 3rd straight game with at least 12 plus carries. I thought they did this a little bit more last year, but it's good that they're getting him involved a little bit more. Mac Jones made a start in this one again. He had 319 yards in this game. It's his 5th game of the year with at least 275 plus passing yards. I think it's really just the injuries are starting to catch up to San Francisco a little bit. I mean, I think the Rams are, I think it's a little bit of both that and then the Rams just look really, really good right now. The secondary was definitely
Devontae Adams was a little banged up after this game.
Yeah, I did hear about that. I mean, he scored in this game. Puka scored in this game. The O line.
I believe it was after his touchdown he got hurt.
Yeah, and then he came out for a little bit. The 49ers O line did do a good job of protecting Jones. He didn't get sacked once. He only got hit once. Jones did throw in interceptions. Jawan Jennings did lose a fumble. And it's really just the play calling of LA is just so good. Stafford audibles a lot. His pre-snap diagnosis is just so good. They're playing like a Super Bowl favorite right now. And it's hard to not see this team lining up to make some sort of deep run in the playoffs. So, Rams really
Eagles
good.
hold the tiebreaker on them. Huge.
Which is absolutely huge. Are you kidding me? I mean, if you I think at the end of the season, right, you were probably expecting to lose one of Green Bay and Detroit. I hope we don't lose either because
I think you were expecting to lose at least 2 probably of Rams, Green Bay, Detroit, and Tampa.
Yeah, and Bucks. Yeah.
And so far they're 3-0.
So far they're 3-0. So they've already exceeded expectations. Which I mean, holding the tiebreaker against those 3 teams in particular, huge. Absolutely
huge.
Huge. All right, you want to take us to Seattle, and then we can touch on Washington real quick, I guess.
Seattle, this game ended up being a pretty romp pretty quickly. Win. Jacoby Brissett did not play well in the first half. Kind of bounced back in the second half. Had a decent fantasy day if you ended up having to start him. But yeah, Trey McBride also went off 9 for 127 and a touchdown, but that was mainly all garbage time. Seattle right now is clicking.
They're so good, dude.
They're so good. Oh my god.
They're just a good football team.
They're just this is like the back-to-back weeks of being up by 30 plus points.
38-7 at the half.
It's just hard. Just they're so good. Sam Darnold's playing lights out. Honestly, he's a dark horse in this MVP race. To be honest,
I don't even think he's a dark horse. I think he's firmly top 5.
Yeah,
which is just.
But yeah, I mean, at this point, usually it's only 3 guys that have a realistic shot. So he's outside
looking in.
But no, Seattle looks really good. This was a team that I think both of us were completely wrong on.
Yeah, I mean, look.
I think both of us did not like the Darnold move, did not like the DK move. But no, it's all paying off. Jacksonville take a Jigba.
I don't
it wasn't
think
for Jonathan Taylor as the clear offensive player of the year.
Yeah.
So I think we were off on Seattle, and we're definitely, I guess, paying the price in hindsight.
I don't think we were
No, and
talking
then
enough about JSN because I mean,
yeah,
as good as
JSN's
as
top
good as
5,
Darnold's
top
been,
3 receiver right now.
yeah, at least as good
He's
as
the best
Darnold's
receiver in the
been,
football league.
JSN has
Like
been.
if you're just counting this year,
He's been great, dude. He's been with
he's been
no
lights out.
because we were like, all right, no more DK. You replace him with an older Cooper Cup, and you don't really have a solid 3. I guess now they do with Rashid Shaheed. But
Did he do anything in this game? I was about to ask.
1 catch for 3 yards, 2 carries for 20 yards. Interesting.
Damn, Darnold only had 12 pass attempts in this game.
Yeah, dude. I mean, he didn't need to do anything.
God.
10 of 12, 178 yards, touchdown and interception. I don't even think you mentioned it. Did you mention DeMarcus Lawrence had 2 defensive touchdowns?
Yeah, 2 touchdowns. That was the first thing I brought up.
2 defensive touchdowns in this game.
2 fumble recovery.
Yeah.
For touchdowns.
I mean, I would not be surprised if you told me that Arizona ran twice as many offensive plays as Seattle, because that's really how it looked.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, dude, Darnold, I think we were both absolutely wrong on Seattle. I was very like middle of the road. I was like, I don't really know how this offense is gonna look, right, with Darnold under the helm and an older Cooper Cup with no solid 3. I think the jury was out on Kenneth Walker a little bit, being that bell cow with all the injury history. Charbonnet.
Yeah, they kind of have like a Charbonnet combo.
We didn't really know about Charbonnet being a solid number 2, but we knew he was a bruiser, right? But he's been a very solid number 2. He's been a great compliment. And even when Kenneth Walker's been out with injuries, he's been a great starter. And you pair all that together with Darnold keeping the turnovers to a minimum. He's getting the ball out extremely quickly. And as good as JSN's been, this Seattle team is legit. Now, do I trust them in the playoffs? It depends. It depends where, and it depends
That's the thing.
who.
This year, a lot of these teams, I guess, besides maybe the Rams and I guess the Eagles, a lot of these teams that are going off like Patriots, Broncos, Seattle, they're like younger teams, not a lot of playoff experience.
Yeah.
So even though right now they're dominating, we'll see what happens in January.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's like the 2 losses of the year. It was the week 1 loss against San Francisco, who was at full strength and is a divisional game, and then they lost. And it was close. And it was close, and then they lost the shootout to Tampa Bay, and like the Darnold only made the 1 mistake, and it was obviously the crucial spot he had the interception. But like other than that, they've been basically perfect. It's crazy,
No, Seattle's played really well.
Yeah. All right, if you want to talk on
to Landover, Maryland.
Yeah.
Lions win 44-22.
Also 44-22.
Yeah.
2 final scores
anyway,
of 44-22 in the same week.
2 final scores 10-7 in the same week.
Bookmark the week.
But anyway, the Lions win 44-22. This was a blowout, not a really fun game to watch. First time since I believe 1997 to 2001. This is Aaron's fun commander fact. I don't know about fun, but first time since 1997 to 2001 that a team has lost by, it was either 1997 or 2001.
Right.
I'm not sure which one, but a team lost 4 consecutive games by over 21 points.
Ew.
So that's not history you would like to be in.
No,
the Lions clearly are doing revenge for the divisional round loss in the playoffs last year, and also losing to who they lose to last week, the Vikings. Yeah. It'll cost the KBTs. They did their job for the KBTs. Love to see that. The president of the United States called the game.
Oh yes,
first time a U.S. president has went to a regular season NFL game since Jimmy Carter in 1970. Kind of crazy.
You saw Amon-Ra do the.
He called the booth.
You saw Amon-Ra
called in the booth.
Do the Trump dance.
Yeah, he did the Trump dance, pointed him out in the booth. He also, I think, swore in the troops, and you could hear boos and cheers. Unsure which one.
Sure, it was mostly boos.
It's not a political show, but it definitely is interesting to see the president of the United States while the government is shut down.
Yeah,
that's plays in an NFL booth.
That's kind
not
of
sure if that's necessarily a great look, but definitely interesting.
We're gonna call trips right, dragon breath smoke. It's gonna be great. I've seen a lot of teams run it.
Daniels. Daniels would be great QB if he could just avoid the injuries. Great analysis.
Jaden's a great quarterback. I've seen a lot of good quarterbacks in Washington. He's been one of the best.
My favorite is And it was like they're like, oh, let him call play. And
Yeah.
it was like they did like a little 3-yard run, and he was like, wow, wow.
HB lead. HB lead is my favorite play.
Yes.
Jahmyr Gibbs, fast guy, smart guy.
Yeah, I guess that's probably the most notable thing of this game.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lions bounce back. Lions are going to Philadelphia on Sunday. So it should be
One
very,
thing I
very
had
fun,
on this
interesting
game. Do you know who the leading receiver for the Commanders was?
Oh, Traylon Burks.
Traylon Burks, dude. And now
the result of the AJ Brown trade.
I'm pretty sure he's like really hurt now. I don't think he's playing next week. He had like some sort of finger injury. But he's a Commander, and I don't know. I think he had a catch in this game. Robbie Anderson, who is now Robbie Chosen, who was previously Chosen Anderson, is a Commander.
He's been changing his name nonstop.
Crazy, dude. Crazy. All right. Tell us why the people didn't win money again this week, because we had this.
People didn't win money this week because Steelers suck. Aaron Rodgers got a safety in this game. He overthrew DK Metcalf and then complained that it looked like it was DK Metcalf's fault when it was clearly his own fault.
The gaslighting.
But yeah, the Chargers look good. I'm kind of shocked with the fact that they lost, like Joe Alt's out for the year. It kind of made like Steelers defense look like they bounced back. They clearly did not. Steelers defense is still really bad. Obviously, I fell for the fallacy that the Steelers must always have a good defense. So that's upsetting. But yeah, Herbert looked good. I think he was he got a little banged up at the end of this game, but according to the grapevine, Jane Harbaugh was asked about his injury, and he said, I don't know. He's a dog, though. He's going to be fine.
Look,
he's a dog.
Our logic was solid. I don't want to hear it. Our logic was solid. We know.
I think we fell past the freaking the Steelers have good defense, because clearly they don't. And also, Rodgers played like boop, and he was playing good until like now. He was doing good, and then boom, bad.
I know, but I just think our logic was solid, right? Like
sometimes there's a little. You gotta. I reshaped the formula. We'll see this week.
We'll see.
I think I've been going too logical. There's got to be a little bit of emotion in there. If they had some emotion, I probably would have. Maybe I would have done the Jets game instead of this game, which would have hit.
Maybe.
So I gotta mix in the two. The logic of betting, which the logic here made sense. Chargers coming off injury. They had not looked good without Joe Alt. Steelers defense, especially defensive line, looked great against the Colts.
Yeah.
Looked like, they could come back. They could at least make it within 10. Steelers had covered that every game except for one. Chargers had only blown out like one team this year. And then, boom, it happens again.
And you got to remember, like, Steelers plus 10, we hit that like 4 times last year. It was so money. It felt so right this week. I do want to give some roses to Keenan Allen, who passed Antonio Gates for the most catches all time as a Charger with 956 catches. That's a lot of catches. He only had 2 catches for 19 yards in this game. Ladd McConkey did have 4 catches for 107 yards and a touchdown, which is great.
He had a great touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, the team played very well, and like even still, like as they put up 25 points. Herbert got sacked 5 times in this game.
Yeah.
So it's not like the defense for the Steelers wasn't generating.
It was the offense. Aaron Rodgers.
It was just no offense. Yeah. It was no offense.
The one bobble that they got, it did not look good on offense.
They didn't look good on offense. The run defense wasn't particularly good either. I mean, how about Kamani Vidal? I mean, out of nowhere, right? You thought O'Marion Hampton went down. They might have struggled in the running game a little bit. Not so much. He had 95 yards in this game. 25 carries. He had a touchdown. He had almost 4 yards of carry.
Yeah, the touchdown to ice the game.
Yeah. So like, I think that the Chargers are. I guess they're in a good spot right now.
The touchdown that ruined the plus 10.
Oh my God, dude.
What a rat.
I know.
And I didn't even win my fantasy matchup because of him. What a rat.
Crazy. Yeah, I don't really have too much to say on this game other than
just disappointing. I was also really tired and I didn't stay up and watch it.
Yeah,
I woke up at 1 a.m. and saw that I didn't hit the cover, and I was like, God damn it. Yeah,
which made last night all the more bittersweet, as the Eagles were in Lambeau last night and got the win. 10-7. So we had a 10-7 victory for the Broncos to start the week,
Beginning of the week,
and a 10-7 victory for the Eagles to end the week. We had Jalen Phillips and Michael Carter making their Philadelphia debuts. Michael Carter, I think he only had one snap. Jalen Phillips.
Jalen Phillips, hell of a game.
What did I say last week,
What a
Kyle?
deal.
What did I say? I said he's going to change this defense, and change they did. He led all edge rushers in snaps. He had 6 total tackles, 7 pressures, which is almost good for a 20% pressure rate. 1 QB hit, 1 forced fumble, and 1 fumble recovery. The man is a beast, and he's going to be a free agent at the end of this year. Lock him up. Lock him up forever. He is going to be so valuable for this Eagles team going forward. I cannot wait to watch him the rest of the season. Also, we had BG coming back, Kai. We had our boy.
Yeah, BG came back. He played a couple snaps.
From couch to Monday Night Football.
He had a really good play in the fourth quarter when he picked up on a screen. I believe it was a screen to Josh Jacobs.
Yep.
He clearly looked like they were saying anybody else would have just played the edge. He picked it up on. That's a veteran move.
Yeah, didn't make the tackle, but he slowed him down enough to someone else did. Yeah, I mean, objectively, was this a good football game? Not really. It's better than a lot of the 10-7 games that have been played in the history of the NFL, though.
No, it was great.
It was a defensive game.
Defensive battle.
It was a defensive battle.
You gotta appreciate a little bit of defense.
Yes.
There's
a
little bit of defense, and then Jordan Love sucks. Anybody who says Jordan Love is top 10 is stupid.
They don't have good football teams.
I'm convinced anybody that says Jordan Love's top 10 has never actually sat down and watched a full game of Jordan Love.
Correct. He is. I mean, that fumble, first of all, even if it's a forward pass, right, it's going to be grounding because there's nobody in the vicinity.
Well, it clearly wasn't even a forward pass because he lost the ball and then he tried hitting it in the air. He was like, that was almost that was pretty close to being a Tua turn the ball over, turn over the weak play.
I'm surprised it wasn't.
It was up there. The Trevor Lawrence play pissed me off.
Yeah, I think you kind of had that. That was an emotional.
And it was probably pissed off all the bettors. And I was more upset about the Jalen fumble, and then that happened. And
I know. I mean, that was a great play
by
Edrin Cooper.
Who it was? Edrin Cooper forced the ball there.
Yeah, he punched the ball out. I mean, and that was really
a great defensive out. Both defenses played phenomenal.
They had a lot of good plays, but that was. And I think the Eagles. I mean, obviously they had the more consistent offense in this game. That was really the only time they were threatening, seriously before.
Yeah, no, that was their best. That was their best drive of the game up until their touchdown drive.
Yeah. And again, it's just so confounding by the Philadelphia Eagles. 11 seconds left, ball at midfield. You have third down, all 3 timeouts, and you run and take it to halftime. It's a third and manageable. You have Jake. Do we forget that Jake Elliott kicked a 59-yard field goal in pouring rain and wind outside when it was cold in November? Do we forget that he's capable of doing these things? Let him rip it. And that goes double, even triple for the end of the game. I will. So it was 0-0.
Well, KB's Grapevine. Are you talking about the end of the gameplay? Because KB Grapevine, that was just an audible by Jalen and AJ Brown, which is I like that because it shows they're talking, and it's not like WIP that says they hate each other and they don't talk.
That's stupid.
They come up with little audible plays at the end of the game.
Look, it's me personally. If Jake if Jake Elliott says, "Hey, I don't like my chances here. It's too windy. It's too cold. Whatever."
It's pretty windy.
I'm punting. I am punting. Because they have to go the whole field. They have to go the whole field just to tie it. And it's not happening. It wasn't going to happen. So I think in most circumstances, I'm probably fine with them going for it. But for that situation, I would have punted. I mean, me personally, I would have kicked it. I really would have. I would have tried the field goal. And they even asked Sirianni after the game. He defended the decision. He said that, he had talked to Jake Elliott. He said that the trajectory of the kick would have to be lower. It was into the wind. It was cold, and he just didn't feel comfortable kicking. I mean, I'm still punting if that's the case. So, yeah, and we I mentioned this at the beginning of the podcast, right? With you mentioning Jair retiring, I've had enough of Keely Ringo and Adoree Jackson. I really have. Keely led the team in tackles. I think he had 16 tackles or something like that. He's not good. There's a reason he's making so many tackles because every time he's targeted, his player's open. And same with Adoree. Adoree's always behind. I think it's just lucky that they had to go against Jordan Love, who's not a very good quarterback at this point in his career. And I know, like, I'm probably gonna get some flack just because the Packers wide receiver room is very, very banged up. There was no Matthew Gold in this game. Romeo Doubs had to leave. He had a chest injury, had to leave. Christian Watson was okay. He was so-so, but like Quinion Mitchell was on him for most of the game. And they didn't have Tucker Kraft in this game. This is the first game without Tucker Kraft this season, who's going to be out for the rest of the season with the ACL injury. So it's a very, and like, Josh Jacobs is Josh Jacobs. He's a bell cow. He's a very, very good football player. Like, but the D line did very good. They eventually got to him. Jacobs was ripping off some runs here and there, but downfield coverage, it was just mostly Quinion. Every single time Quinion wasn't targeted, it was always Keeley and it was always Adoree. So I think the jury's still out on both of them.
Keeley did get that phantom holding call on the punt return. I didn't like that.
I didn't even see that.
The officiating in this game was bad. I know everyone's gonna complain about the tush push false start. The drive prior to the tush push false start, the Packers got away with.
That was even more egregious.
Worse.
And then
false start.
And then I don't know if you remember, they called a false start on Green Bay. That was like, yes, it was a false start, but I could only tell it was like, I didn't even tell it was a false start like live. I couldn't even tell that.
Yeah,
it was like so. I was
make
like,
up call,
and I was like, well, it was a false start, but I'm like, that's the one you call, even though the two other were like clearly more egregious. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, Green Bay had some miscues. There was that illegal formation penalty that they had that wiped out.
They got that a lot. Green Bay, I've never seen an offense because they were able to move the ball, but I've never seen an offense be able to move the ball, get in the
shoot themselves in the
foot,
and
then like not score.
Yeah,
it's insane.
They just kept shooting themselves in the foot. Yeah, there was that illegal formation. Yeah, there were a couple other penalties that got wiped, or other plays that got wiped out because of penalties. I think the Eagles' offense did pretty good for the most part. I would have liked them to see them throw the ball a little bit more downfield, to be honest. The touchdown drive to Smitty, right? They had Saquon 43-yard catch and run, and then you have the Smitty touchdown that was 36 yards. Why weren't they just chucking the ball down the field? Like, that was working so well, and then they just went super conservative again. So I would have liked to see them throw the ball a little bit more. Maybe there were some discussions between Jalen and Sirianni with the wind being a factor in the cold weather. I understand that. I mean, at the very least, this is a good win for the Eagles, and it's a conference win against a really good football team, and B, this lets you keep pace with the other teams in the conference that are up. Seattle, right? This lets you keep pace with
Seattle, LA.
So, yeah, big win for Philadelphia. One thing I did want to mention before we move on is how about McManus being super, super smart to get a practice kick, which evidently isn't illegal. I've never seen the referees not shut that down.
I was definitely complaining about this at the time, but it technically is not illegal.
It's not illegal. Yeah, which is just crazy to me. And he was sure. Well, so here's the thing, right? Like, people were like, oh, then why was this actual kick attempt like so bad? It's really just because he just tried to put everything that he had into it and just completely whiffed on it. So, don't blame Brandon for being just short the first time and then missing completely. I mean, he needed to have a perfect ball to even have a chance at that. So.
Yep.
All right, Kyle. Do you have a winner for us?
Well, first off, Ben was a little late to the Drake May Glaze, but I have to say it.
Okay.
It's actually Trayvon Henderson Appreciation Week this week for Ben Murphy's Drake May Glaze. 162 rushing yards, we already said, after contact this week. Second highest behind only Jonathan Taylor. Also, 5 pass block snaps. He allowed 0 pressures. Good for him.
Wow.
Drake May also looked very tough, according to Ben, handing the ball off to him. Because you got to have some, even though it's Trayvon Henderson Appreciation Week, gotta have some glaze for Drake May.
Right, naturally.
All right. Anyway, KBT's brutal stretch right now, guys. I apologize. I don't even know what to say anymore. All I'm gonna say is that the wins be coming. The tough times, they don't last forever.
Well,
that's all I'll say.
It's getting cold, and I need money to feed my family. So
And that's what I have here. I'm overconfident in this. I'm doing 2 units on this. You don't have to,
wow.
but I am. I'm very confident in this one. First one, this is a thing I alluded to when I was talking about the Giants game,
Right.
but give me the Packers minus half a point against the Giants. The Giants, I'm assuming Jackson Dart doesn't play. From the KB grapevine rumors, Brian Daboll was the one kind of forcing him to play, even when he probably had concussions and bypassing protocol, which he was even trying to do in this game, in the game last week.
Mhm.
Packers lost 2 in a row. I don't really see them losing 3 in a row, especially to the Giants. The main thing with the Packers is their defense. If Russell Wilson plays this game, even if it's close, like I don't know if the Packers are going to cover 7.5, which is the actual spread.
Right.
I don't see them losing this game to the Giants.
I'm almost in the camp that you should take the Giants plus the points. Where's the game?
It's at MetLife.
Yeah, the Packers have a nasty habit of playing down to their competition. I would almost take the Giants plus the points here because I don't know. I'd personally stay off this game.
I mean, personally, I think you go either way, but I just the way the Packers defense played last time.
It's
against
fair.
The Eagles,
It's a fair point.
If Russell Wilson plays, this is entirely based on Russell Wilson playing, which I think he will.
Yeah.
Usually, nobody gets past the concussion protocol in a week. Russell Wilson is god awful, and I don't see how the Packers with this defense lose to Russell Wilson.
That's fair. Look, I said the same thing about the Carolina game, or I would have said the same thing about the Carolina game.
The Carolina game, Carolina's like feisty, you know. The Giants have been playing dead, and they've been blowing leads at the end of the games. They're not the same team as Carolina or the Eagles, or and also the Giants are just not. They're not that guys right now. They're so injured. Jacksonville's probably not playing this game. They have an interim coach. They didn't get rid of their defensive coordinator, and their defense has been one of the biggest problems.
Yeah. All right. What else you got?
So give me Packers money line, basically. Packers money line.
Yeah.
I'd be shocked if the Packers lose this game 3-0. They're frustrated. They're definitely getting beat up by LaFleur this week. It's not. I don't see it happening. Anyway, next game. Give me the game of the week, arguably outside of the Eagles for any non-Eagles fans. Probably game of the week. Give me Seattle plus 9.5. We've been giving Seattle phrases. Obviously, one of the big points for Matt brought this up to me, which, I mean, usually happens when you have a 7-point teaser. But the main point of teasers is trying to get past the major numbers like 3 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
And with this, you're bypassing the 3 and you're bypassing the 7 at Seattle plus 9.5. Seattle has covered this in every game this season. The Rams have, I think the Rams have been blowing teams out, but mainly bad teams.
Yeah.
But this should be a divisional game. Should be close. Actually, I think 1 out of the past 8 meetings of Seattle Rams, this spread has failed to be covered, which I believe was back in 2021 when I think the Rams beat Seattle by like 15 points. So anyway, these teams play tight, and that's an important thing to say here. Seattle's also really good on the road, and which they will be on the road in LA in this game. So yeah, I think this game's gonna be close. I think it's gonna be tight. I don't see the Rams blowing out Seattle, but I like 9.5 here. Even if the Rams win, I can't see it being more than a touchdown.
This game has like 38-35 written all over it. This is gonna be. I'm almost tempted for you to tease the over, but I think this is equally just as good. I think this is gonna be a hit. So
yeah. Next game, another 4:00 game. This is based on my observations at Jets Browns. Give me the Ravens -1. Ravens look to be back. Ravens is a must win in this game. Dylan Gabriel is really bad at quarterback, and I cannot trust this guy to win a game.
We've confirmed
even
this.
All our Browns friends we made in the stands were like, get him out of here. He's so bad. Watching him live was awful. He's also a lefty quarterback. So yeah, give me the Ravens -1. I don't see how the Ravens lose this game.
I agree. I can firsthand confirm for you.
Ravens also blew out the Rams. Blew out the Browns earlier this year when they did have Lamar, and they have Lamar in this game.
And that means the last leg is.
That means our last leg, which I hope we can witness live, the win of the KBTs. I know technically you're not passing the 3 or the 7.
I don't care.
I don't give a crap. Give me the Eagles plus 5.5 against the Detroit Lions. Matt and I will be in attendance.
Go
The
Birds!
KBTs is undefeated when Matt and I are in attendance at the same game in a game in the KBTs. I'm also undefeated at Eagles games at home, which is kind of crazy. I hope I didn't just jinx myself by saying that.
We'll see. We'll see.
But me and Matt are going free with my NFL Extra Points Rewards credit card. Hopefully, get a sponsor with that. I love that card.
Woo! Send us some
we have
games.
free tickets. We're finding out our ticket seats. I think on Thursday. I guess that's the most annoying part about it. We don't know.
I know. I want to see it so bad. Dude.
I want to know so bad. But I like the Eagles in this game. Eagles have covered this alternate spread in every game, but the one against the Giants where they were missing Jalen Carter.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Jalen Carter and Quinyon Mitchell for most of the game. That was also a really weird game. I was there. The Eagles just were funky in that one. Giants were just destined to win. I think that the Lions, they don't play that well on the road, especially in outdoor stadiums. Jared Goff's more of an indoor dude.
Yeah.
He does not like the outdoors. I think he's like 3-4 past 2 years, I think, in outdoor stadiums, especially towards the later half of the year. Even this year, like, against the Packers week 1, they lost. Against the Chiefs week, a few weeks ago, they lost on Sunday night. So I think the Eagles are going to win here. I think it'll be close. I think even if the Eagles lose, I think they can cover this 5.5 pretty easily. I don't see the Lions really blowing them out, especially with how well the defense played on Monday night. The Eagles know it's a big game. Eagles are a championship caliber team. They know what's at stake. So I think it's going to be a great game. I'm very excited to watch. But I think that the Eagles, I just have a gut feeling they're going to win this game.
I think it's going to be a close game. I'm going to pick Philadelphia because that's my team. You know, I always like to say I'm objective with picks, and I am.
To be fair, actually, I did bet this last night. I think if you bet it now, you'll get the Eagles line. I think moved the plus -2.5. I'm just double checking.
Yeah,
yes, it did. I bet this last night because I was confident in it. Eagles opened at -1.5. Now it's -2. So you'll actually get this at Eagles plus 4.5.
Yeah.
Which either way, I 5 and 4 in terms of teasers.
I think 4 is the more important number. I think 4 is the more important.
4 is a more important number. So like I think you're still fine in that sense. But yeah, I think, and then let me just double check in case any of these other lines moved. Ravens would still be -1.
Yeah.
Seattle moved to +3. So you're getting Seattle at +10. If you bet this now, at least on BetMGM.
Yeah, I'll have to say.
So that's even better. There you go. You lose a point for the Eagles, you get half a point for Seattle.
There you go.
And then for Packers, actually, you get tie insurance because Packers line moved to -7.
Yeah. So I think
basically, if you bet this today, it's Packers money line because you get tie insurance. It's Packers money line, Seattle +10, Ravens -1, Eagles plus 4.5.
Yeah, and just to touch on the last one real quick, I think it's going to be an interesting battle between the Eagles' run defense and Jahmyr Gibbs / David Montgomery. I think that's where the game will be won or lost. I think Goff, to your point, is going to have a real tough time getting the ball off. I think the Eagles' pass rush is going to continue to belittle quarterbacks down the stretch. And the Eagles' offense has been lights out. I know the defense for the Lions, they have a lot of playmakers. They have a lot of guys that can go out and make good plays on the ball and, force some turnovers. But, I mean, if they protect Jalen Hurts, they got to throw the ball. They got to throw the ball. They've looked their best these last 3 games when they are throwing the football. So I hope that Philadelphia continues to do that. And I think if they do, they're going to have a real good shot at winning this game. So.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's talk about the other games this week. Thursday, you've got the Jets taking on the Patriots.
It's a lot of good games this week.
Yeah, Patriots.
That's not one of them, but there are a lot of good games this week.
I don't know if Ben mentioned this to you. They got the what are they called? It's like one of their rivalry jerseys the Patriots are wearing. Oh, dude, they look sick. Go look them up. It's so smooth. You've got that game. We've got the last international game of the season in Madrid. You've got the Commanders and Dolphins. Interesting game. That's going to be.
Oh, they are kind of sick. I do like it.
Yeah, they're sick, right? We've got the Chargers.
At this game, the over was considered for the KBTs. Honorable mention the over for this game
Yeah, I could see that being a thing. I can see that being
at 40 and a half.
You got the
Tease,
Chargers
it's right now
taking on the
47 and a half.
Jaguars at 1 o'clock. You got the Bucks and Bills at 1 o'clock. Yeah, Bills 5.5-point favorites is. I don't know about all that, man. I don't know.
I think that's a trap line. I think a lot of people are going to pick the Bucks, and I think the Bills are going to cover.
I don't know, man. I just don't know.
I think that's a trap line. I'm gonna check it right now. You keep talking. I'm gonna check right now.
Yeah.
See what the
public's
line,
on, yeah,
what the
whatnot.
public's on. Because I bet you the public's probably hammering the Bucks.
Oh wow, look at this. We've at 4 o'clock. We've got the Chiefs at Broncos. Holy crap!
Oh, big game,
Woo,
big
baby.
game.
I'm a big Chiefs fan in that game, and it looks like the public is too. 3.5-point favorites. Kansas City is. I mean, especially
70% of the money bets are on the Bills.
On the Bills.
The spread is on
Public's.
the Bucks.
So more people think the Bucks will cover, but more people
think the Bucks are going to cover, but the public is betting Buffalo.
Okay,
That's fair. But Buffalo's
that is fair. That's pretty fair.
Now that I think about it.
Yeah.
I don't.
What else we got? We got the Bengals taking on the Steelers. A lot of divisional games this week. Seems like a lot of.
Yeah, we're getting to that point now where like the NFL like put all the
I know.
5 weeks a year. I hate that.
Yeah, I don't know. And then
Bears Vikings.
Steelers Bengals.
Joe Burrow, did you see? Activated off the on the 21-day practice window.
I know, crazy.
Allegedly eyeing a Week 13 return.
Allegedly, we'll see if that's the case. My fantasy season.
I'm hearing through the grapevine.
It's gonna be over by that point. So, and we've got the Lions and Eagles Sunday Night Football, as Kyle said, and then we've got Monday night the Cowboys taking on Les Raiders. And then we've got the Colts and Saints on bye in Week 11. So, all right. Let's wrap things up here. Kyle, you got one more thing?
Do you want to go first?
I've got a bone to pick with FanDuel. I've got a bone to pick with FanDuel.
Spoiler alert, Matt doesn't know how to read.
Spoiler alert, FanDuel sucks ass and should be fired into the sun.
I won't deny that fact, but
so you agree with me that it's like, look, on me, but stupid. We're talking before the game, right? We're talking before the Jets and Browns game. I had a thought, right? I said it would be very Jets and very Browns for there to be a defensive or special teams touchdown in this game. Just talking out loud, right? Kyle, you brought your, what was it you brought?
I have my Nintendo Switch.
You had your Switch.
I love my Nintendo Switch too.
Yeah.
I was playing Madden Simulator.
Ran a little simmy.
Will McDonald with a fumble recovery touchdown.
I see this, right? And I'm like, that's a sign. So I threw $10 on what I thought was Jets special teams or defensive touchdown, right? And so we had the kickoff return. We're going crazy. We're celebrating. I check my FanDuel a little bit later, and I see that it's didn't return. And I look, and it says Jets defensive touchdown. What book on planet Earth offers only defensive touchdowns and not literally fantasy defensive special teams? That's how it works. DK, defensive special teams. BetMGM, defensive. Every other book in existence offers special teams and defensive touchdowns together because that's the way God intended it to be. So what I'm getting from this is that FanDuel doesn't believe in God, number one, and doesn't believe in helping the people out, because I reached out to them and I said, explain yourself, and they threw their fucking house rules in my face 4 different times. Yeah, Edith, Angelique, Caleb, I know all your names. I hope you all get fired. You guys suck at your job, and I hate FanDuel. Rant over.
Wow.
Very upset. And I will be canceling my FanDuel account, closing my book after Aaron Judge wins MVP on Thursday. You're going to give me your money, and then I'm not betting with you ever again. I'm going to go to BetMGM with Kyle. That's how it's going. So
I love BetMGM.
I'm going to love BetMGM too, because I'm going to get a fat sign-up bonus too. Unlike FanDuel, who's been shafting me with their stupid promos. It used to be a 30% profit boost across the board. You could use it on whatever. Now it has to be 3+ legs. Now it has to be on Sunday Night Football. Now it has to be a live bet. I'm out of there, FanDuel. Go
Yo,
scratch.
throw back to when the sports books, like when they first started,
They
and like all the promos
the
were like
promos
actually
were
good because
so good.
they wanted to get you hooked on gambling, and then at this point, like we're so addicted that we can't
You
stop.
can't stop, dude.
They did their job, and now the promos are booty,
I hate it.
but they know we got us hooked. It's just horrible.
I hate it. Kyle, what's
Did you
your
do
what's your
this?
one more thing?
My one more thing. I didn't really have one, but I was just thinking.
Shoot.
Wegmans, it's a great store. I went food shopping today. Kind of crazy how expensive everything is, but love Wegmans.
Wegmans.
It's my favorite store. You got like you have like the deli in there. You have like all the pre-made meals. I mean, I didn't have time to cook today.
Mm,
I had a lot going on this weekend, obviously.
yeah.
This week I have a lot going on, so I got the spaghetti meatballs, like prep meal, put in the oven. It was delicious.
Mm,
Um, I like their candy corn. That's good
I
too.
love
This time
candy
of year,
corn.
their apple cider,
Ooh.
delicious.
What's
Just Wegmans is they got the train in the back where the sour cream is.
Oh yeah?
Get the train hanging up. Just love Wegmans. Love me some the double chunk chocolate
The
cookies.
double
Oh,
chunk chocolate
delicious.
cookie.
Well, that's Costco, but like they have like the ultimate chunk chocolate
What's
cookies.
what's
They're also very good.
what's the Wegmans brand? What's their house brand?
They're just Wegmans.
No, but like you know how like ShopRite
Like Wegmans.
ShopRite has like Paper Bird, or like Bowl and Basket.
No, they don't do that. They don't need to. They're Wegmans.
No, they have to.
They're just Wegmans. Like I don't know. Like I know that the Wegman O's that said the Oreos. They're just Wegmans.
Oh yeah, you're
They don't
right.
have a special brand. They don't need a special brand because they're so
What?
goated. Oh yeah, shout out to Wegmans. I wish they could. If you want to sponsor us, feel free. But Wegmans, I'd highly recommend. It's like my favorite. ShopRite, I like ShopRite
I
too,
love
but
ShopRite.
Wegmans is bougie. Wegmans is great.
I love ShopRite.
ShopRite's great too, but
ShopRite's my
ShopRite's great like in a pinch. You know, like I gotta grab something. Go to ShopRite for your weekly grocery store fun and like if you want to be bougie, Wegmans is the way. I love Wegmans.
yeah. I
That's my one more thing. Go Wegmans.
go Wegmans. I'm down. I'm down with going Wegmans.
I love Wegmans.
All right. Let's actually no, let's not do anything. Let's wrap up because that's it.
Yeah.
As Kyle mentioned, we are going to be live at the link for Sunday Night Football between the Detroit Lions and Philadelphia Eagles. So be on the lookout for exclusive content from inside the link. I'm very excited for this football game. I'm
very excited too.
This is my first time at the link this year. It's been far too long. I will be going again with Kyle in December for the Raiders game, but I am just so ecstatic to watch my Eagles play some football at their home stadium.
This is my second time at the link this year. Very excited.
Well, if it's anything like the first time, then we're in for a great game. So, but yeah, that'll do it for us. We will be back next Tuesday to discuss all the games that occur in week 11. But that'll do it for us, and we will see you guys next week. Peace out.